Buckle up and hold on tight because the automotive world as we know it is about to be turned upside down. If you think you've seen market crashes before, think again. In this video, we'll be diving headfirst into a colossal event that will leave your jaw on the floor. Get ready to witness the most epic car market crash of our lifetime, a financial earthquake that will send shockwaves through every dealership and leave auto prices in ruins. And the best part? We've uncovered the secrets and strategies that could save you a fortune in this chaos. For years, we've been riding the roller coaster of skyrocketing car prices. But hold on tight, because the tides are turning. The bubble is bursting, and experts are warning us of a car price crash like never before. In the past, car dealers have taken advantage of limited supply and overwhelming demand, driving prices to unimaginable heights. But guess what? The good news is that the scarcity of microchips is no longer an issue, and automakers are revving up production to meet your needs. The result? A shift in the market that is sending prices spiraling downward faster than a race car on a track. Wholesale prices all over the country are plummeting, with Manheim Consulting experts estimating a 9% drop for new models and a staggering 26% decline for used cars. As wholesale prices sink, retail prices follow suit. In April, for the first time in 20 months, the average price of a new car fell below the sticker price. Now, let's talk numbers. Brace yourself because this will blow your mind. Data from the firm reveals that the once crazy high prices have become unsustainable. Used car prices skyrocketed by a jaw-dropping 52%, while new cars saw a nearly 28% increase. Meanwhile, the average household income rose by a mere 13%. No need to be a math genius to see that affordability is taking a hit. Used cars are becoming 40% less affordable, and new cars are slipping out of reach with a 15% decrease in affordability. In an environment where buyers are being priced out of the market on a large scale, a crash is inevitable. The only question is when it will occur. Analysts have been warning us, and we can already see a significant correction unfolding. Brace yourselves, because what lies ahead will be unlike anything we've ever seen, even worse than the auto market crisis of 2008. Easing supply chain pressures are bringing more vehicles into the market, but the sudden shift from a scarcity of supply to an abundance of inventory is causing vehicle prices to plummet faster than anticipated. A recent report from UBS estimates that global car production will exceed sales by 6% this year, leaving in excess of 5 million vehicles that will require price cuts to be sold off car lots. The stage is set for a fierce price war, and some automakers have already started slashing prices. One notable example of this price war is Tesla. The company has implemented significant price cuts for its new cars. The Model X has lost over $14,000, or 23% of its value since the beginning of the year. Even the prices of Tesla's used cars are falling. For instance, the used Model 3 is experiencing a significant downward trend, with its average price falling from $51,251 to $39,976 last month, according to iccars.com. The trend of declining prices is not limited to Tesla. In 2022, the average price of a used Infiniti QX80 was $52,874. However, 1 year later, the average price on the used car market for this large SUV dropped by nearly $12,000 to $41,094, representing a 22.3% plunge. Nissan's equivalent, the Armada, has also faced a sizable price decline this year, with a 20.3% decrease in its used car average price. Additionally, Land Rover's midsize Discovery SUV has experienced a decline in prices. Used versions of this SUV currently have an average price of $40,841 compared to $50,973 a year ago, resulting in a 19.9% drop. Numerous popular models are expected to experience major price reductions, including the new Nissan Frontier, which is projected to drop from $39,833 to $27,146 by the end of 2023. It's like the car market is having a massive clearance sale, and the discounts are just getting started. Say goodbye to the days of insane price tags and hello to a more affordable automotive world. Volatility in the used car market is expected to be even higher, with forecasts indicating significant declines in prices. Imagine buying a 3-year-old car for less than half its current price. That's right, a 3-year-old Toyota Camry currently selling for $27,404 is predicted to cost $16,548 by the end of the year. Similar price declines are expected for popular used SUVs such as the Jeep Compass, Honda CR-V, and Toyota RAV4. Unfortunately, for those who purchase purchased these used models recently, the outlook doesn't bring any relief. While the corrections that have occurred so far are remarkable, it's crucial to note that used vehicle values have increased by a staggering 88% since 2020. Therefore, owners should brace themselves for brutal declines in car values in the coming months. Additionally, when consumers drive a car out of a dealership, 10% to 20% of its value is immediately lost, exacerbating the losses. The price war in the automotive industry is taking its toll, and the repercussions are more concerning than anticipated. The unjustified froth in equity market prices is disappearing, resulting in plummeting prices. This leaves some investors and consumers with less money to spend, while increased pressure on disposable income puts Americans in a tight spot. In fact, there's been a surge in repossessed vehicles, with auto dealers reporting vehicles going to auction with loan-to-value (LTV) ratios exceeding 130%. Some sources even cite ratios as high as 140%. This means that buyers are defaulting on car loans for vehicles that are worth less than the loan amount. Wells Fargo, a financial services company, also reported a higher loss ratio from auto loans in its recent earnings call. If supply continues to rise and prices continue to fall, a new Land Rover purchased today at a considerable premium will hold only a fraction of its value in 5 years. It will depreciate in line with its sticker value in a normalized price environment and will not retain the exaggerated price at which it was bought. Simply put, many people are set to lose a significant amount of money. But hey, every dark cloud has a silver lining. Government officials believe this crash will help curb inflation, providing a much-needed breath of fresh air for consumers. However, for those who signed extended leases at expensive interest rates, the consequences will be catastrophic. But don't worry, folks. The experts are on our side. They predict prices will stabilize and become more affordable as production ramps up. A couple of months ago, JP Morgan released a study predicting that average used car prices would reach $21,000 by midsummer. Jonathan Smoke from Cox Automotive shares a similar perspective, stating that by mid-year, production should stabilize and improve, leading to more attainable monthly payments as prices decrease. Chris Fry, Senior Manager of Economic and Industry Insights for Cox Automotive, believes that the downward trend will continue. He compares the current situation to the financial crisis when there were 16 months of annualized declines averaging 5.8%. Fry points out that new and used car prices will likely continue to decline throughout most of 2023. Historically, we have never seen car values skyrocket by 88% in just 3 years. It's safe to assume that the forthcoming collapse will be equally extraordinary. As asset bubbles burst, with stocks and housing leading the downward march, signs of a car market crash continue to emerge. External factors, which are unpredictable and volatile, threaten to exacerbate the situation, particularly if we sink deeper into a recession. In these uncertain times, it's crucial to protect ourselves during the storm and let the tsunami pass before proceeding. Just like in equity markets, a correction in the U.S. car market is long overdue. Our hope is that it will occur sooner rather than later, injecting sanity into the market and preventing this crisis from snowballing into something even worse in the coming months. Billions of dollars in car values are likely to be wiped out in 2023 and beyond. But remember, the car market isn't the only market facing impending doom. Click the video on the screen now to join us as we discuss and predict the housing crash of 2023.